Hi, my name is Michael Williams, and in this video I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know about the name and contact subtabs in the People tab of Poco 5. The name and contact subtabs here in the People tab are going to contain all of the basic information for each person in the People tab. And let me walk you through each one of these fields right now so you have an understanding of what they do. The top fields here are for the first, middle, and last names. You can go ahead and leave the middle name blank if you don't have one. And the next field will allow you to select what this person is a member of. In this case, the person is a member of the crew, but you can also select if he's a member of the cast, if he's a studio person, or if he doesn't belong to any of those categories and you wouldn't like to publish him on any of those lists, but you'd still like to enter his information into Poco, you can just select him as an other. You can also edit this list just by clicking edit and make any changes or additions you'd like to that pull-down list. The next thing you're going to do is select this person's department. This person is part of the producer, director, writer category, but by selecting this pull down, we can actually set him to any of a number of different departments: grip, electric, camera, hair, makeup, wardrobe. They're all in there. And of course, you can edit that list as well just by scrolling to the bottom and clicking edit. And lastly, on the name tab, you're going to select the person's position. This will be their title on the film. Again, you can select from the pull down list, and there's all the different types of positions that exist on a standard film. And of course, you can edit this list as well and make any changes you'd like. If you select this person as being a member of the cast, notice that the department is grayed out because there aren't any different departments for cast, and the position field label has changed to character. In this instance, you would put in their character name instead of their position on the film. I'm going to go ahead and switch this person back to crew. Also note the magnifying glass icons right here. These will help you perform quick finds. A quick find will help you find any records that have the same data in that field. So for instance, if I wanted to find everyone on the film who has director in their position on the film, I could click this button right here and notice that the found set just changed, and as I scroll through here, only people with director in their position are now in the current found set. And you'll also notice over here that there's room for a picture. You can just drag and drop any picture, JPEG, PNG, whatever you have, over into this field. Let's go ahead and do that. And there you go. If I want to get rid of the picture, I would just click on this little X in the top right-hand corner, and that would delete the picture. Also, if I have another picture to drag over, I would just drag it on top of this picture, and that would also eliminate the old one as the new one came in. A note about file sizes here, however, you want to make sure that the file sizes of the images that you're dragging in are fairly small. Notice that the file size of this image is 67 kilobytes. If you drag across an image that has a large file size, let's say you dragged over an image that is 3 or 4 megabytes in size, FileMaker doesn't have the ability to create thumbnails or smaller versions of pictures when it imports them. So when you drag over a large image, your entire FileMaker database just got bigger by 3 or 4 megabytes. And as you might imagine, when you're putting in lots of pictures into the database, suddenly your database can get very big, and that can cause it to get very slow. So that's something to keep in mind when you're dragging pictures across. The Contact subtab allows you to put in all of the address, email, and phone number information for this person. The address fields are street address, city, state, and zip, and also includes an icon right here so that you can Google map this particular address. This is true of every address in Poco. You just click on the little pin icon right there, and it will launch your browser and bring up a Google map of that particular address. This can be really handy when giving directions to PAs or sending drivers to do pickups for you. There are 3 email fields up here. Most people just have one email address, but they may have 2 or 3, and you may want to include those on the crew list from time to time. If you want to send an email to any one of these email addresses, all you need to do is click on the little email icon right here, and Poco will create an email addressed to that person. You can write your message and hit send. You may also notice that in the CC field there are 2 other email addresses here, and let me show you how you do that. Jumping ahead into the personal subtab here, you'll notice that the additional emails field here has those very same 2 email addresses in there. Some people like to have additional people copied on everything that they receive. They may have an assistant or an agent or a manager, and they want those people to get every email that they get. If you find that's the case with a particular person, this is the area where you can enter in those additional email addresses. Just separate them with a comma if there's more than one. And then every time that an email is sent to this person, these people will get a CC. The email fields also have this little radio button box over here on the right-hand side. Whichever email address is checked will be used as the primary email address for that person. While you can send individual emails by clicking on these email icons right here, when you're putting together large lists of people, Poco will need to know which one of these email addresses is the one that he's supposed to receive email at the most. Just click on the button here and select which one of those email addresses is the one that should be his primary email address. On the right-hand side are all of the phone number fields. These are the labels for each one of the fields, and these are actually editable in the Setup Advanced tab. To do that, you can just click on the label itself right here, or click on the Setup and then Advanced subtabs. You'll also notice that there are no abbreviations next to any of these, for instance an O for Office or M for Mobile. Poco will add those abbreviations in automatically. The only time that it won't add those abbreviations is if you've already manually put in your own abbreviation yourself. So for instance, let's say that instead of being a fax number, this number right here was actually the number of this person's vacation home. By typing in a different name into this field, Poco knows not to include an abbreviation such as F for fax after this phone number. It will use the one that you type in. And much like the email addresses, these radio buttons here will note which one of these phone numbers is their primary phone number. Down here is the extension number. This would be their extension number in your production office. And lastly, the carrier field is going to denote who their mobile carrier is. This is actually important because Poco has the ability to send SMS text messages, and does so by routing emails through each mobile carrier's email portal that they've set up for SMS text messages. So just remember that the only people you can send SMS text messages to are people who have this field filled in. And that about covers it for the name and contact subtabs of the People tab in Poco 5. Be sure to hit us up on both our Facebook and our Twitter feeds. We would love to hear what you think of the product. Thanks again, and we really hope that you enjoy using Poco 5.